Let's see. Good morning, Huskies. It is Monday. Oop, oop, sorry, technical difficulties. It is April 20th, 2020. Looks like the weather is going to be a really beautiful day, partly cloudy, 66 degrees, loving this weather. Special news, haven't been done a great job talking about this, but actually we are still doing March Madness book. So I'm going to share my screen with you before I start reading and show you right here. I'll include the link this week. You can see we have our AHL homepage with like remote learning things. And down here, you can see the two books that you can vote on this week, which are Alexander's Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Bad Day, read by Miss Lum, and Don't Push the Button by Mr. Moore. So if you're needing extra books to read, you can go through and look at those. Or, if you remember them, you can just vote. And then there's lots of other really fun things you can check out. Art stuff from Miss Tyler. Lots of fun websites for you to explore, some music stuff from Mr. Smith, live feed of the zoo and the penguins. Wow, I might spend some time on here today. Some messages from some of our teachers at AHL. So cute, so check that out. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna read our next chapter of Junie B. Jones. In the last chapter, she had just started first grade and was having kind of a tough time. Her best friend, Lucille, said that she was not her best friend anymore. So let's keep reading and see what happens. So this is chapter 2. More surprises plus Herb. Mother and Daddy keep trying to cheer me up about the first grade. Mother says sometimes life has disappointments in it. Daddy says sometimes you have to roll with the punches. I say first grade is a flop. Last year I had 2 bestest friends. First, I had Lucille. Plus, also, I had that Grace. Me and that Grace rode the school bus together every single day. Only too bad for us, because this year Grace got put in a different room than me. And that was not even fair. But hooray, hooray, me and Grace still decided to ride the bus together, because that's what friendship is for, I think. And so last week, both of us sat next to each other, just like we always did. Only, what do you know, on Monday morning, Grace got on the bus with a new girl from her class. And those two plopped down in the seat right in front of me. I quick jumped up and I tapped on Grace's head. Grace, I said, excuse me. Grace, what kind of shenanigans do you call this, madam? Don't you see me sitting here? Grace waved at me real friendly. Hi, Junie B, she said. I'm sorry I can't sit with you today, but I promised Bobby Jane Piper that I would sit with her this morning, okay? I stamped my foot. No, Grace, not okay. You can't sit with Bobby Jean Piper, I said. You and I have to sit together every single day because we sat together every single day last year, and this year shall be no different. Just then, Mr. Wu, the bus driver, closed the door. He looked in his mirror at me. Sit down, Junie B, he said. Bobby Jean pointed, or Bobby Jean, kind of a tongue twister. Bobby Jean Piper pointed and grinned. You got yelled at, she said, kind of mean. I made a scary face at that girl. Grr, I said, grr, Bobby Jean Piper. Behind me, I heard a loud laugh. I quick spun around, and guess what? It was Herb who sits in front of me in room 1. Herb, I said, real surprised. Oop, I can't see because of the camera sharing. I didn't even know you rode this bus. Herb kept on laughing. You said grr, he laughed. Grr, ha, that's a good one. I wrinkled my eyebrows at that boy. Yeah, only here's the problem, Herbert, I said. Grr is actually not a joking matter. Plus, I wasn't even talking to you. Herb quit laughing. I know you weren't talking to me, he said. No one on this bus ever talks to me. That's because last year I went to a different school, so I don't have any bus friends yet. Herb came around the seat and sat next to me. Maybe just for today, I can sit here, he said, just till you get back your bus friend, I mean. I tapped on my chin, very thinking. Then all of a sudden, I raised my voice real loud. Why, sure you can sit here, Herbert, I said. You can sit here forever if you want to, because I used to have a best friend named Grace, but today I am trapping her like a hot tomato. Bobby Jean Piper peeked over the seat at me. You mean potato, she teased. I sprang up again. Bobby Jean Piper wears a diaper, I hollered. Mr. Wu frowned in the mirror. Sit down, Junie B, he grouched. I sat down, I did a big breath, and I looked at Herb. Today is not off to a good start, I said, kind of quiet. Herb nodded. I hear you, he said. I slumped down in my seat. My bestest friends are dropping like flies, I said. Herb nodded. Join the club, he said. First grade is a flop, I said. Herb nodded. Totally, he said. I looked out the window. Grr, I said. Grr, said Herb. I smiled just to myself. I think I might like this Herb. So that's the end of that chapter. You know, Junie B is getting pretty upset, but you know, when you start a new grade and you go to different classes or you meet new people, your friends are probably going to make new friends and you're going to make friends too, right? And that's okay. So maybe Junie B can learn a little bit more about that throughout the story. Well, that's all we have time for today. It was so lovely talking with you. Uh-oh. How do I stop this? I hope that you have a great Monday. I miss you so much. I wish you well. Have a great day.